ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everybody around the world. Happy New Year 2019. And this is episode 8 of the dznpodcast.
Mm.
I am your host, Dre, in the building once again. And I have a guest here. Introduce yourself, sir.
Vinny Max, Vinny Schmidt. That's what everybody calls me. Vinny, my cousin Vinny.
All right. You've heard it here first. Vinny is here. And today we're going to talk about a few things. But first, who is Vinny?
Man, that's kind of a loaded question right there, Andre. Man, 31 years old, married, got a kid on the way, work for corporate America, and I run a side hustle off to the side. I got a little side hustle thing going on, so I'm trying to get that double income coming.
Got you.
Yeah, man. And just so you know, all the viewers know, got a bit of a sore throat, so if you hear me coughing and stuff in the mic, don't freak out or nothing. I'm not dying.
Got you. Like I said, I caught a sinus infection a few days ago, so that's why I sound a little crazy over here.
It's rough, man. It's flu season, man. It's gonna kill all of us.
Yeah, but we still living though. That's all that matters.
Yeah, man. Yeah, buddy.
And so, how's family life for you so far?
Man, you know what? So last year it's gonna be hard to beat last year. We just started the new year, but last year I met my wife, and she lived out in Utah. You know, we started talking online. We just kind of met each other randomly through this website, and I told her, I said, I just want to be friends. You know, I'm not trying to do nothing. I pulled that mess. I said, hey man, hey, let's be friends. You know, I'm not trying to do anything. And in the back of my mind, I knew I was trying to do everything. Like I was trying to, I wanted to meet her. You know, I wanted to take her out. You know, go on some dates, and yeah, she ended up moving here because she got a teaching job, and started. You know, immediately took her out on a couple of dates. We realized this was it. You know, that was my soulmate, and we ended up getting married last year, May 2019. And so we got married downtown Raleigh, and down at Cafe Luna. And we were supposed to get married at the Azalea Gardens outside of WRAL, where their news station is.
Oh, really?
Yep. And it was like a hurricane came down on us that day. It was torrential downpour, and it's an outdoor venue.
Oh, man.
So slammed us with rain. Last minute, we had to change basically everything. And so I had to redirect 100 people to another location because I'm going to marry this girl. Like, I'm not, you know, there's no rescheduling. This is it. I'm going to marry her. And so we rescheduled. We moved everybody back downtown. And that was to where our reception was going to be. That was at an Italian restaurant called Cafe Luna. So we ended up getting married right there in Cafe Luna in a restaurant where we were supposed to be partying and having a good time. And but yeah, I married the shit out of her, man. I knew I was going to marry her. So got married, and we just found out we're pregnant.
Congratulations.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so we found out about... Man, how many weeks is she? I think she's 15, 16 weeks. And we're going to be finding out the sex, I think, in one more week. Finding out.
That's great.
So, family life's good, man. It's, like I said, it's going to be tough. It's going to be tough to beat last year. But, I got a kid on the way now.
I mean, it sounds like you already did, man.
Yeah. I don't know. It's kind of, it's a little nerve wracking. I mean, I'm bringing a child into this world.
But that's the fun part.
It is, but that's a lot of responsibility, man. That's a lot coming my way.
It's a gift and a curse, man. It is. I get you. Well, I don't get you, but
it is. It's a double-edged sword because you're crazy excited. Like, I can't wait to meet my child, man. Of course, I want to be a father. I'm not trying to distance myself from the whole side. I can't wait to play catch with my son or be there for my daughter when she gets home from her first date. I'm not going to be like, let the kids do whatever. Like, I'm excited to be a father, but I'm also scared to death. And I think I should be, because this is I'm responsible for another life.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, you have every right to be scared because you are bringing another life form into Earth. And that comes with a lot of things that are good and are bad that can happen to your child to be able to be raised enough to last in the way you and breed her to the way you want her to be, him or her to be in the world. So it's a lot on your plate, but at the same time, it's beautiful because you created another person.
Yeah, it is. It's funny though. So obviously we wanted to have a child. I mean, it's not like, it was a mistake or anything. We were trying to have a kid. But it's crazy. I mean, once you find out that your significant other is pregnant, you start thinking about things. You start worrying about things that you have absolutely no control over. You have no control over it.
All right.
Whatsoever. And it's funny. I'm normally not like that at all. I mean, we kind of know each other pretty well. Like, I think we'll get to know each other a little bit better over the years, but I'm a pretty carefree guy. I don't really worry about anything. I don't stress about anything. I just kind of live my life, and I do me, and as long as my wife's happy, like, I'm sitting here chilling with you. She's about to come out here and whoop my ass, though, because we were supposed to start this 2 hours ago, but that's okay. That was my fault because I didn't call you earlier. But yeah, I mean, as long as my wife's happy. But it's funny, like I said, I mean, when you find out you're pregnant, you just start worrying about all this stuff that you have absolutely no control over. And I don't know why we do it as humans, but I mean, it's like I said, it's a whole nother life.
It's the kids, man.
Yeah.
It's literally the kids. You worry about it because you see what has happened to you and what happens to other people. Now you have to worry about your other life form that's coming into Earth now. Now you got to worry about the bullying, the possible kidnapping,
Exactly.
molestation.
And that's all terrible shit.
Yeah.
But I think about it. I'm not going to sit here and act like I don't. Like, that's some R-rated shit we're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Kidnapping, molesting. Like, that's terrible stuff that's going on in the world. Like, do I want to be thinking about that? Absolutely not. I don't think about my kid at the park running around, going down a slide. Look, Dad, there's a swing. Will you push me? Yeah, of course. Let's go. I don't want to worry about the fucking douchebag in the corner eyeing my kid down. I mean, you're absolutely right.
Now you have to, because all this stuff going on in the world, you don't know what people are thinking about when they look at you or your family. You don't know what they're trying to do, what their MO is. It's crazy.
Schools too, man. You start thinking about school. I mean, that's a whole nother thing, man. Are the kid's gonna be nice to my kid? Or is my kid to be? Because here's the other thing. Like, there's a whole other side of this too. Like, I'm gonna try to be the best parent that I can, but what if my kid is the one that's doing the bad shit? What if he's the one bullying? What if he's the one treating people badly?
That's where you come in.
Yeah, of course. And like I said, I mean, it's not like I'm not going to try to be a great person. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of parents out there that have tried to do right by their kid, but unfortunately, like, there's some things that you can't control. And eventually, I mean, the kid's going to grow up. He's going to make his own decisions and do whatever the fuck he wants. I mean, it's not really what I want, but it's kind of out of my control. I mean, I'm sure you've had friends who were raised by fantastic parents, and then they ended up, doing drugs. They got arrested, or they're hanging out with the wrong crowd, or,
Yeah. Well, the thing is, it's just you do the best you can, and then after the point they grow up to be an adult, that's it. But when they get out of your arm's reach and eyes, that's it. If they come back for help, then of course accept it, love them. But at the end of the day, your kid's going to be an adult like you.
Right.
And now you have to look at it and just think about, okay, all right, I did what I did as a parent. My kid turned out like this or like that, and I'm just gonna have to deal with it.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, I don't want to get too personal or anything. I don't care if my family hears this podcast or anything, but so I was adopted. Not a lot of people know that about me, and so was my sister. And my parents. I mean, they're my parents as long as because I never met my real parents. From what I understand, the one, I guess, biological mom, biological dad. They weren't like. They were just they realized that they couldn't take care of me, and they wanted something better for me, so they put me up for adoption. So if they're out there and they happen to hear this, thanks guys. It's I know it's nothing personal. You're just trying to give me a good life. But anyway, as far as my parents are concerned, my mom and dad, the only ones I've ever known, they did the best that they could to raise us. We lived in Florida. Everything was great. Had a pool in the backyard. Lived in a gated community. We went to private school.
Yeah.
We were living it up.
Yeah.
They had great jobs. They're both pulling in $100K plus a year. We didn't. As a kid, I didn't have to fucking worry about anything. Neither did my sister. But they raised both of us the same. But see, you don't even know this. I mean, my sister, when we ended up moving to North Carolina, started doing drugs. Started hanging out with the wrong people as soon as she got to high school. Then I saw she started dressing a little bit differently. My mom, she was still there. I still love you. You're my daughter. I don't approve of this at all. I wish you'd stop. But she just my sister just kept pushing back and pushing back and pushing back. Anyway, long story short, I ended up. I feel like I turned out okay. I mean, I'm here. I got my wife and. I'm sitting here. I made a new friend. I got Andre the Giant right here with me. I feel like I'm doing pretty well and I got a good job. But I think sometimes it doesn't matter. It does matter how parents raise you. But I think there are circumstances where parents try as hard as they possibly can to raise a great child and hope they can be awesome in society. But unfortunately, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you planned. So yeah, sister ended up doing drugs, hanging out with the wrong people. She got arrested. She actually got locked up in maximum security prison. She assaulted U.S. Marshals and stuff like that, and it was a whole crazy thing. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you'd hope. Shit, that's my phone going off. Sorry, buddy.
So I forgot the one rule I have for the podcast. Everybody put their phones on silent.
Oh man, I'm gonna start lighting up here in a second.
Just put it on silent. That's all I ask.
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
But yeah, that's basically it. Sometimes there's really nothing you can do and just hope for the best.
I mean, like I said, yeah. I mean, so a lot of the shit's just out of our hands. We have no control over it, and I guess. The only thing I can try to do is just be the best dad I can be the best husband I can be to my wife. Just make sure everybody's happy. I mean, not even necessarily happy. I just want to, my kid doesn't have to be happy in order for me to be happy. If they're doing what they're supposed to be doing, then I'll be happy.
And that's all you're supposed to do anyway. Be the best you can be. That's right. For everybody. People always are trying to think about and do things that they have no control over. And that's what leads to people getting angry, sad, and depressed. Some things in the world you have no control over. If somebody decides to shoot up a school, you cannot control their mind frame and say, why did they shoot up a school? You can say, get rid of the guns all you want. Somebody's going to find them. You can say, oh, it was the drugs, oh, it was this, that, and third. At the end of the day, if he did or didn't want to shoot up the school, it was going to get shot up. And that's just the end all be all of it. There's nothing you could have done to stop it. Only that person who had control of him or herself was going to do what they were going to do.
Did you ever? So you touched lately on firearms. Did you ever see that video of There's a guy went to a town hall meeting. I think it was down in Greensboro, North Carolina, and he was talking about gun control and all that, and he was conservative, and he was like, it's my right to have my guns. He was like, but if a law comes out where you tell me that I can't have guns anymore, he said, I'll walk right down to City Hall and I'll give you all my guns. He said, because I'm a law-abiding citizen. He said, but you know who's not going to turn in their guns? The people who are running drugs, who got gangs, who are trying to do bad shit to people, robbing them. They're not going to come down here and turn in their guns. So now you got a law-abiding citizen like me who will happily turn it in. If you say that it's illegal for me to have a gun, I'll bring it in, of course. He's law-abiding. The other people on the other side of town aren't going to do that. You're going to be fucked.
Like I said, everybody, that's the key word, law-abiding citizen. Everybody doesn't care and isn't a part of being a law-abiding citizen.
Right.
So regardless if a law comes out or doesn't come out, guns are still going to be on the street anyway. And the thing is, it's like, how did they get there in the first place? They didn't magically just pop up out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody's putting them there for a reason. We don't know who. We don't know why. Well, we have an idea why, but confirm or deny, we got to do research on it. But it's just, they're going to be where they're going to be. If whoever wants them to be there, wants them to be there. Just like drugs.
Mm-hmm.
If guns and drugs want to be on the street and the other and whoever's putting them there wants them to be there, they're going to stay there.
Hey, you're so right. You're dead right now, because somebody, just so you know, that video that I was talking about, in case the viewers are interested, the guy goes to the town hall meeting. It's called the I Am the Majority speech, and you can find it on YouTube. It's a really cool speech. The guy's badass too. He's a cool fucking dude.
Yeah, sure.
But yeah, drugs are illegal. Cocaine's illegal. People still do cocaine.
How they get there too?
Do people still do crystal meth?
Yes.
They all do. It's illegal though. So if we make guns illegal, then there won't be any guns, right?
Like I said, at one point, alcohol was illegal.
Right. Were still people drinking?
Of course.
All the damn time. All the damn time.
Because people like to get drunk and people like to get high. And that's what it is.
Just because you make it illegal doesn't mean people aren't going to do it. You're going to find a way to do this shit.
Like I said, just because it's a law's made doesn't mean it's going to stop. If there was a law right now to end racism, that does not mean it was going to stop.
Nope.
That is a mental thing.
Nope.
That's learned behavior.
Agreed. 100%.
You can't stop somebody by being racist by putting a law in place. You can't stop people by thinking a certain way by putting laws in place.
This will surprise you. I used to be kind of racist. Does that surprise you a little bit?
I'm not really surprised if anything anybody says anymore.
No. So when I was in high school, it is a learned behavior. So when I lived in Florida, my best friend of all time, his name was Chris Stewart. He was a young black kid. I was a young white kid. He was my best friend. This guy, like, every single day we woke up, we hung out together. We played baseball in the yard. We played football in the yard. And we played video games all the time. And I moved up to North Carolina. The people I started hanging out with were some, like, backwoods hicks. Just white trash people. And I slowly started to realize that I was saying some things that they were saying. And I was thinking some things that they were thinking that I should not have been thinking or saying ever. And I never even would have thought of this shit had these assholes come into my life. It is 100% learned behavior. Now, obviously, when I got to college, I realized, okay, I'm being a complete idiot. Like, this is stupid. Why would I act like this or say things like this? Because it's not doing anything. But I agree with you 100%. It's completely learned behavior. Because as a kid, I didn't know anything. And that was my best friend.
No kid knows racism until he or she is taught racism.
Boom. Boom. If you're going to take anything home today, just take that away, folks. I agree with you 100%. Yeah.
But it's just a weird thing. People always trying to change things and make them what it's not, what they want it to be instead of what it is. I feel like people don't like to deal with reality so much. They want to create fantasy to make them feel better.
I'm guilty of that.
Explain.
I'll call myself out on that. So for me, why wouldn't you want to live in a perfect world? But you're never going to get that. So why not just dream about it? Like sometimes, like I'll sit here on a couch and I'll be like, so my company that I run off to the side, the Hempworkz company, we'll probably get into that a little bit later.
We will.
But, I look at my mentor and I see him. He just put a post on social media. 283,000. I just made $283,000 this week. And like, that's incredible. And I sit there and I start dreaming, man, what would it be like if I made $283,000 this week? And I picture this world and I create this perfect world where everything's just smooth and just awesome. And there's no crime, there's no anything. And I fantasize about that, of course. And I try to get people to think like that too. But it's stupid because that's not the world we live in. He's a very lucky, fortunate, but also smart man. And yes, he's helped assist his dream and his fantasy by making that money, but by no means did that money do all that for him. What I'm saying is, yes, I am guilty of fantasizing and dreaming of a perfect world, which I know does not exist.
Now, I'm not saying dreaming is bad. Dreaming about something you would like to happen and that can happen, I'm all for it.
All right.
But dreaming about something that will never happen and never exist, that's the only thing I have.
But who decides that?
With.
Who dictates that? Who decides like what will never be? Like if I dream that racism will never be a thing, I mean, is that necessarily is that untrue? Do you know that to be true? Do you think racism will never not be a thing?
Only reason I say, well, that's not even the main issue in the world, honestly. That's just
I'm just talking like that's just a random topic. Like if you have an idea, like if you have something else that you could think of that you think like would probably never happen. Like what's something that you think would never happen? We'll never have nuclear weapons in our life.
People will never stop doing drugs, in my opinion.
I mean, yeah, you're probably right. I didn't even think of that, and I was challenging you. I didn't think you'd come up with something, but holy shit, no, that's I agree with you. I don't think that will ever happen. And to think that there'll be a world where everybody's not doing drugs. I mean, yeah, that's...
A world full of sober people. Think about that for a second.
It'd be pretty boring, though, actually.
Exactly.
Tell me you wouldn't get... If I go to Philly, I expect to see at least one crackhead run across the street. And, like... come on. They got guys doing backflips off the stairs in Philly, begging for change. I mean, there's a little bit of humor in this, but there's not. Like, I'm an asshole for saying that. But I mean, it kind of like, wouldn't it be a little bit of a boring world?
The thing is, it would be, but it's sad that we have to say that, though.
It is. I mean, Live PD would suck. Everybody watches that TV show. They're not gonna have anybody to chase anymore. But that's do you think that's like? Do you think people? I'm trying to think of the word. Do you think police officers or people in government almost kind of want to see drugs stay in communities or see crime stay in communities? Because if it doesn't stay in the communities, let's just say, for instance, drugs go away and there's no more crime, and I mean, all those people are out of jobs. Like, go ahead.
The people who have a great sense of, I'm looking for a word here. The people who care about the world would like no crime and none of that stuff.
Right.
But the people who only care about certain things and certain values, they would maybe want the crime, or maybe most of them wouldn't want the crime. But the stuff can get rid of. It's just there's a certain higher person up there in the stature of the world that makes this stuff go on in the first place.
Mm-hmm. Do you think it all falls on one person, or do you think it falls on
I don't know
a
if
collective group of people?
I don't know if it's one, a group. It's somebody that's making these wheels turn, and we can't do nothing about it because we will never see this person.
See, now we're starting to get close to the conspiracy theories.
That's the thing.
Is the CIA continually introducing drugs into the communities and all that bullshit?
But we don't know.
We'll never know. I mean, truthfully, we could sit there and talk about it all day. You and I have no fucking clue. We don't know.
Unless they just come out and say it, then it's like, oh, well, shit.
Yeah. Who shot Kennedy?
Did
we really land on the moon?
At the end of the day, we still can't do nothing about it.
No, not a
but live our own lives in our own houses.
In our own fantasy lands.
Shout out to the fantasy lands, man.
Heard that.
All right, so if you haven't heard, you need to hear. Newtown is a new series by my homie Travis, aka Bear Stokes, excuse me. And he's putting up a new series, TV show. Might be into a movie one day, who knows? But Newtown is what it's called, people. And if you like Sons of Anarchy, you're going to love this show. He's going to be casting soon, and eventually we're going to be starting the filming process. So if you want to hear about it, contact him on Future Federal Agent on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. So yeah, check it out. Peace. All right, so we're back in the building in the podcast game. So let's it wouldn't be a DZM podcast without us talking about some sports, would it? Now, Mr. Zion Williamson at Duke University.
Boy. Here, you know what? Like I haven't watched I'm 31 years old. I haven't watched basketball, college basketball, on TV in probably, let's say 6-7 years. And this kid, Zion Williamson, comes out of Spartanburg, South Carolina. And everybody's heard about him, right? Because, like, you saw him on YouTube, right? You saw him throwing the dunks down.
Yeah.
I mean, the stuff he was doing was absolutely insane. And so immediately I was drawn to this guy. Now, I'm not even a fan of Duke. I'm a Wolfpack fan. So
me too.
I don't really like the Blue Devils. But when you see a kid like this come from a small town like Spartanburg, well, actually, that's not really a small town. It's fairly big. But here he is. He's coming to Duke. And I have not missed a single Duke basketball game. Now, granted, I've been watching the Wolfpack play too. I'm still fan for life. But this kid, how tall is he? Is he 6'7"?
6'6".
6'6", 6'7" on a good day, depending on what kind of shoes he's got on.
I guess, yeah.
This kid's unreal. Are you kidding me? His vertical it exceeds LeBron James or Michael Jordan, any of those guys. But I mean, what's he missing?
A jump shot.
He's got no jump shot. I think he's made 3 3-pointers since the season started. But if he can get that jump shot, what do you think about him in the next phase, going to the NBA?
If he gets a jump shot, he can be a very good player. A great player, all-star, superstar type player.
Agreed.
But he has to lose some of his weight, though.
Yeah, but he's a tank, man. He's a tank. It's all muscle. He's not like me. Like, look at me. Like, I'm like, what, 350 pounds? I got a belly on me. Well, I have a six-pack when you can have a keg. But this kid's a tank. He's like, how does he drop weight when it's nothing but pure muscle?
He can lose some of that weight, though.
You think?
Because when you think about it, he's going to the NBA where people are just as fast, just as big, and are able to handle and manage what he does. So he has to figure out how to get to a better, healthier playing weight, because all that bouncing around he does is going to get him hurt in the end.
He is a little reckless. I saw something Stephen A. Smith, the reporter for SportsCenter, said about him. He's a little reckless on one of his blocks in his last game. He hit the backboard, nearly knocked himself out. He's got to be a little more careful because he's a big man, and coming down is not going to be easy on him. Yeah, if I could see any team play this year, it would be Duke. But I got to tell you what, I went online and I looked up tickets, and we're not far away from them. How far away are you from Duke University?
I say about an hour and some change away.
You think? So, hour away, we could easily go see a game. But I looked up ticket. Actually, let's look it up real quick. Duke basketball tickets. I think the last time I saw it, I saw like $4,000 for a ticket. This is for a regular season game.
Jeez, man.
A regular season game, $4,000, something like that. I don't know if that was front row or if that was. There's no real. I mean, Cameron Indoor, like, there's not really nosebleed section because it's such a small arena. But yeah, it was something ridiculous for regular season games. I mean, there's people flying all over from the continental U.S. just to see this kid play.
Yeah, that's crazy.
All right, so I got upper deck tickets for $190 each. But this is game day, so this is, I mean, Duke's getting ready to play Clemson in 2 hours now. So maybe somebody's just trying to get rid of their tickets last minute. So I found one for $190, but even still, who's got $190 laying around where they could just, I'm going to go to a Duke game. I'm going to go see Zion play.
Actually, a lot of people.
Yeah? I must be hanging out with the wrong people.
It's a lot of people in the world. You'll be surprised how many people got about 190 just chilling in the cut.
Well, no, and I get that. So, like, me, for instance, I just don't spend money like that.
No.
Like, just because I have it doesn't mean I'm going to spend it. What I'm saying is, actually, no, I get what you're saying. There are a lot of people out there that will just, boom, done.
Yeah, like I said, it's not that hard for some people to just, 190? Oh. Like I said, that's allowance. All right, whatever. So.
Right. 190, and then I got some here for mid-level, $500. This is absurd.
It's absurd for us.
For us.
Yeah, for us.
Not for long, though.
Yeah, that's the mindset, though. It's absurd for now. Like I said, I think people don't really like I feel like people live in the past and try to see too much into the future instead of being in the moment and only going partly into the future.
Mm-hmm.
Because people will say, I want to do this or I wish I did that. But what are you doing today to get to that point?
Right. I think that kind of goes back to the dreamer. Like, you got these pipeline dreams.
Yeah.
Like, for me, take for instance, when I first met you, what was I was at the gym working out, and you were working on some stuff in one of the rooms there, and we started talking, and I had mentioned to you about how I wanted to start a podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
And I never did it. Never did it. Not once. It was a dream, and that's all that it was. I didn't know anything about a podcast. I don't know about how to set one up. I heard Gary Vee talk about it one time. I think that's what it was. Everybody knows Gary Vee, right?
That's how I found out how to distribute my podcast, was because of him.
Because of Gary Vee?
Yeah, he told me about the Anchor app. That's how I found out about it, yeah.
Are you running through that right now, or are you
now.
on multiple sites now?
It gets me to multiple sites. It gets my podcast to Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, Pocket Cast, Google Podcasts.
No shit, you're all over the place now.
Yeah.
Blowing up, Andre. Andre the Giant. They don't call you that for no reason.
Like I said, we're a team, though. I keep saying we. Like I said, it's not just me over here.
Because you got your buddies, too.
Yeah, it's two other people.
I didn't get to meet them. Who are they again?
Zoe and Nas.
Nas.
Those are the ZN of the podcast.
All right. I feel like they couldn't be here today, though.
Yeah, no, like I said, they got stuff to do. Like I said, so it's all good.
I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to meet them though. They sound cool.
Yeah,
You talked about them a little bit.
yeah, of course. Yeah, that's why they're on the. That's why we have a podcast.
Yeah, man.
Because they're
Yeah.
cool.
That's what I'm talking about. Jeez, there's only back to that Duke basketball thing. I know you're looking for something right now. There's only 10 tickets left. That's it.
I'm surprised that it hasn't even sold out yet.
Well, like, so every game's sold out, but the last minute people, if like they can't go, they're gonna post them online. So like if you go to Ticketmaster or Vivid Seats or whatever those websites are, I mean you're gonna find like maybe 10. And to get the tickets is gonna be a nightmare unless you can't do it electronically. Because half the people, if they can't go, it's not like they're gonna go to will call, leave the tickets there for somebody else to pick them up. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So you touched on having your own business earlier. How did you get to the point of having a vision and being able to have your own business on the side of your other job?
So I wanted a secondary income. I've heard a lot about. I'm trying to think of where to really start with this because there's no like really good place to start. But so I work for corporate America. You know that I work for a company. I don't want to say what it is on air right now, but I mean I've got a pretty comfy job, and I got all the benefits. I have a salary. I'm in a sales position, so I get commission as well. Life's pretty good. I work about 3 hours a day. Like, who wouldn't want that job? But it's funny when you're working like 3 hours a day, you got all this free time, and suddenly you start thinking like, why would I not try to have a side hustle if I'm only working 3, 4, maybe 5 hours max a day? Why would you not have something else? I mean, would you?
Like I said, I've been trying to do this since last year. Have another place to actually have another set of income, because where I work at now, I don't get paid enough. Even my other job I worked at, where I got paid a little bit better, I still wanted some more money.
Right.
Because I know where I want to be in the future. So I'll be just striving and figuring out ways to earn more money so I can get to where I want to be faster financially.
Right. Right. So I realized that I wanted to do something else, but I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do because there's so much. I mean, you can buy into pretty much any franchise out there. Like, you know, if you want to buy a McDonald's, like you can get one, and you know, yeah. If I wanted to get a McDonald's, you know, I need $1 million loan from the bank, and actually to get a McDonald's now, I don't even think you can do a loan from the bank. You actually have to have cash. Yourself, personal equity, and then McDonald's will approve you to buy your own franchise. But that's a whole nother story. But so there's a lot of things out there on the internet that you can do to earn money. But a lot of it is trendy stuff, if you know what I mean. So like something will come out and it's like trendy. Like I remember a long time ago, I think I was just coming into college. I was like a freshman, and I was at Wake Tech. Sorry, excuse me. And there was a company that came out, and it was called Monavi, and it's like it was like a berry juice that was made out of acai, and all of a sudden, if you look that up, it's ASAI. I think that's what it is. Acai, yeah. So it was the acai berry. Everybody thought like this was the miracle. This was the miracle fruit. It's gonna cure everything. Like it's awesome, but it turned out just to be a fruit, and they made it a big deal. And so I remember going to my dad and telling him that I wanted to start this though, and he researched it, and he's like, "No, this is bullshit, son. You're not doing this. I'm not giving you money to start this little venture." And it was a pyramid scheme. So.
Got you.
Anyway, that was when I was younger, but I've been kind of attracted to, so I love talking. I love talking to people, and I love working with people. I love doing collaborations and stuff like that. Like something like this. Like I love this. I love doing the podcast with you. It's something that I've always wanted to do. So it's kind of cool sitting here doing it with you. So I appreciate that.
No problem.
But for me, I wanted to start a business where I could talk to people. So anyway, I used to work for a tech company a while ago. It was like software sales position. Anyway, one of the guys that I worked with, he ended up buying the company, and he's not hurting. I'll tell you that. He's not hurting at all. Right. And so he's got a house up in North Raleigh. He's doing well for himself. And his neighbor owns a construction company or something like that. I can't remember if he owns the construction company, but he's not hurting either. He's doing really well. Mm-hmm. But he heard him, or he was friends with him on Facebook, and he saw how he was involved with this company called Hempworkz. And I think long story short, he was like, why are you doing this? You know, you don't even need it. You're fine. You're making plenty of money. And he was like, why would I not do this? Because I can make more money in this eventually than I can at my job. I own this company or whatever. And so did my buddy. He owned his company too. Mm-hmm. Anyway, he ends up signing up for this company. He's doing great. He's making a ton of money. They fall in line under this guy his name is Robert Hollis. If you've never heard of Robert Hollis, look him up. Look him up. The dude is he's brilliant. He's worked in multi-level marketing for a long time. I think he wrote a book. It's called How Is That Working? But this guy, he used to be a mechanic, I think. And he's known for always wearing a Hawaiian shirt. That's his thing. That's his he's like Hawaii 5-0 in your face. But so Robert's been in the game for a while. Anyway, he mentors people and all, you know, for multi-level marketing companies. Anyway, so my goal was to find a company that I thought wasn't going to be trendy. I didn't want to get into something that was going to be hot one minute and then not the second. So I heard about this company, Hempworkz. And what it is it's CBD oil. They sell CBD oil. I immediately, when I saw my buddy posting about it on Facebook, I was like, dude, what are you doing? I was like, you're posting about marijuana shit on your Facebook. I was like, you should not be doing that. Like, you know, because it's still illegal right. Here. I mean, out in California, West Coast, like that's a whole different story. I was like, have you lost your damn mind? Like, somebody's going to report you. And he was like, no, that's not true at all. He's like, CBD oil is legal. Then he told me all about the 2014 Farm Bill that passed, and it made it legal for states to buy and sell, grow hemp, and basically sell CBD oil. So I'm a huge believer in medical marijuana, CBD oil, basically anything related to the cannabis plant, hemp, marijuana, whatever you want to call it. So I was drawn to this like right away. I was like, holy cow, I didn't even realize that this was legal.
So right before you get to that, can you tell the people what CBD oil is?
So the CBD oil it's cannabis oil. It's cannabidiol oil. Excuse me, I don't know how to pronounce it, but anyway, it's got a lot of medicinal properties to it. Up until hemp or marijuana, whatever you want to call it, cannabis, was made illegal. It was actually something that was prescribed to a lot of people in America to deal with the issues that they had. It has anti-inflammatory properties. It has antioxidant properties in it. It can do a lot of good for your body. In fact, I've gone so far as to I've researched some stories that people have posted online, and I've actually seen videos. I think the one that really turned me on was I saw a little boy having a full-on seizure, and the parents had some CBD oil with, I believe it was a THC mix. So the THC is actually that's the legal substance. The THC is the psychoactive chemical in marijuana. So there's THC and there's CBD.
So for the people out there, THC gets you high.
Gets you high. Very high. So that part is still illegal. However, according to the 2014 Farm Bill Act, you can ship 0.03% THC in CBD oil across state lines. So, and actually, now that the 2018 Farm Bill Act has come out, all CBD oil everywhere in the continental United States on a state and federal level is legal. I think there might still be an issue with one state. I can't remember what state that is. But for the most part, you could use it anywhere openly. I have some right here. You're welcome to take a look at it. That's the bottle. So that's CBD oil. That's what that is. And actually, I have a coffee packet there for you too. So when I wake up in the morning, I can make coffee that's infused with CBD oil.
That's wild.
Yeah, yeah. And it's instant coffee. Like, does that look like scary to you at all? Does it?
I thought these were eye drops when I looked over there. I swear I thought these were some eye drops or some nasal spray. That's what this looks like. Nasal spray.
It does, doesn't it?
Mama, take a snapshot.
Yeah. Please take as many pictures as you want. But it is. You can see right there. Do you see the oil? How clear it is? I mean, you can see it right there, clear as day. It's crazy clear. But that's it. Like, it's CBD oil. Go to Snapchat, check it out if you want to. What's your Snapchat? What is it?
I don't have a Snapchat. Or actually, I just thought about it. Instagram. d.z.n.podcast.
d.z.n.podcast.
Yes.
Good plug. I like it. So anyway, like long story short, I wanted to find we could do another video after if you want to. I don't know if you got a good one.
Yeah, didn't get one.
But I wanted to find something that wasn't going to be trendy, that like wasn't going to go out. Like I wanted to find something that was going to come in and stay in the game. So I think Forbes announced that they saw that the cannabis market was going to grow 200% in the next 2 years. I think it was $200 billion in sales.
Everybody likes weed.
Almost everybody.
Well, I ain't gonna say everybody. Let me take that back. A lot of people like weed. Like smoking, getting high.
Yeah. So there's still a lot of dinosaurs out there. Do you know what I mean by that?
Explain.
So there's a lot of people out there that they were born during an era where they were told that, marijuana is awful. It's a terrible drug. Don't even like associate yourself with it. If you see it, call the police right away. So they were basically scared half to death by the government or the police or what have you. So it's not really their fault in a sense. I mean, but there are people out there who still today, if you even mention the word marijuana or cannabis or hemp or, anything with that, five leaf plant, it's going to scare the crap out of them. It's not their fault, but that's just how they were raised. So there's a lot of re-educating going on. Obviously, I mean, I just told you about the 2018 hemp bill that passed. I mean, it made CBD legal everywhere, which I think will be good for the U.S. Because would you rather use a plant to help you with anxiety, depression, seizures, weight loss, weight gain, basically any of those issues. I mean, there's tons more that I'm not even touching on. Like, so for me, the reason I use it is for headaches and I have back pain. I used to take 4 Tylenol every day, and now I just do a dropper of the CBD oil. So I'm completely off.
So does it help with arthritis?
I believe it does.
Because my mom was wondering that because she has arthritis in her knee. And so she might want to know.
Yeah, the CBD oil works on. So I Googled it right now. I'm not going to act like I knew this shit. So I wasn't sure. But if I don't know something, I'm going to look it up for you. The THC level in hemp CBD oil for arthritis is very low. Cannabidol oil continues to be a source of relief for many rheumatoid arthritis sufferers. Instead of relying on THC, the CBD oil works on 2 powerful receptors to decrease the pain. So that's according to Google. So that's affirmative. Yes, CBD oil does help with arthritis. And actually, I just learned something new, so I'm kind of glad you asked me that question.
Cool.
Yeah, I just had a buddy who, I'm not going to say his name, but he suffers with anxiety really bad and a little bit of depression, but he just placed a $400 order for the CBD oil because he doesn't want to be on the pills anymore. Like, he's sick of the what are they? The Zoloft, the Xanax, all those pills that make you feel good. But why would you shove pharmaceuticals down your throat when you could just have a natural plant that'll do the exact same thing?
Knowledge. That's the big factor, knowledge. What do you know about the things that can help you in your life than what's been told to you all your life? You've been told pills help, therapy helps.
Therapy does help. I'm going to stop you right there. I agree with that. But go ahead.
Other people can help when you release your problems. But sometimes those things can't work for everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody can't go to therapy and get their problems relieved. Therapy isn't for everyone.
Agreed.
Everybody can't go to somebody to explain their problems because they don't feel comfortable.
Yep.
Everybody might, or some people might rather use pills. Some can't use pills. So everybody has different ways of getting over their issues, even though they may have the same issues, but they may be for different reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the biggest thing for people to kind of walk away with, if they're going to know anything about hemp or marijuana, cannabis, what have you, is that it's not anywhere near as bad as it's been made out to be. Especially CBD oil. CBD is the chemical that has no psychoactive properties to it whatsoever. It does not get you high. It does not do anything to you. Even the bottles that have the 0.03% THC in them will have no effect on you whatsoever.
That does not mean use the whole bottle at once, though. Please don't.
We actually, and I'll be upfront with everybody, we can't suggest dosages to anybody because the FDA has not researched the product enough. So when somebody asks me how much I should take, I could tell them how much other people have told me that they use for their issues, but I can't recommend to them a dosage. I'll never say that it cures anything either because we don't know that definitively. Now, am I hard pressed to say that I don't think that it doesn't cure anything? Yeah, because I've seen and read a lot of stories from a lot of families that were going to these hospitals and spending $100,000, $200,000, $300,000 on surgeries and chemotherapy and what have you to try to get the cancer gone. But then I've got these stories about the parents giving their children CBD oil, and then all of a sudden all the tumors are gone out of their body. You want to explain that to me? I'm not saying that it cures. I'm just saying that's a story that I read from a parent that had that happen in their life. And how awesome is that?
That's very good. That's very helpful. You're saying it's a possibility of it curing or making somebody feel better.
Yes, absolutely. And why would you not? Like, it's a $70 product, and there's some people out there going, $70? Have you lost your fucking mind? But that's not. In retrospect, when you think about it, $70 for a bottle of CBD oil is not a lot of money compared to these people that are going to hospital spending hundreds of thousands of dollars. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So anyway, I got involved in this company. It was like a $90 buy-in. I spent $90 to become an affiliate, and now I sell CBD oil. I've got quite a few customers now. It's kind of taken off, and the main reason that told me that this wasn't going to be a trendy thing was one of my mentors was actually considering just starting a rival business for this company. He heard about it. He had the money for it. He was going to go to Kentucky. He was going to build his hemp farm out there and start his own business. That's a lot of overhead. That's a lot of money you got to dump in to get a company started up. And he said he opted out of not doing that because this company was set up so well to bring him income. So he just decided to become an affiliate. And now he's making like, I don't know. Let's see, this person. Jesus. Jenna Swigel. Looks like she made in the last 30 days $3,853,835. So in the last 3 days, she made $3,835,835.06.
Man, hey, listen. If I can make that in 3 days.
30. But yeah.
Listen. Listen, man.
The look on your face is priceless right now.
Listen, man. College is over with, man. If I made that in 3 days,
No.
I'm out.
Yeah? You be
out,
done?
Man. I'm out. Because what? That's basically. Because if I'm making that, what I need college for?
That's like Zion Williamson going, no, I'm going to stay at Duke. I don't want that $80 million offer you're going to give me to go to the NBA, right?
That's what I'm saying. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah.
Now, if you're trying to be a doctor, a lawyer, all right, go to school.
Right.
But if I'm making $300, almost $400,000 off being an affiliate of a business,
yeah,
what do I need college for?
And again, this whole thing, like, I'm not trying to pitch this to anybody. Like, I'm not trying to get anybody to sign up. If you do want to sign up, you can go look it up for yourself. And if you really want to connect with me, you can connect through Andre, I guess. But no, I'm not like trying to push this on anybody. But for me, this is what I wanted to do. And I figured $90 to become an affiliate, and I had the opportunity to make money like that. I mean, I just made a $400 sale a week ago, and that was easy as pie. And now I've got other people who are reaching out to me now.
Listen, I could use a quick $400 right now. Trust me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so there's people out there that definitely are starting to, rather than, because there's a lot of people out there that don't have health insurance and stuff like that, even still to this day. They don't have the money to go see. They don't have $100 to go to the doctor, and then they don't. Sorry, excuse me. They don't have $100 to go to the doctor, and then they don't have $70 or $200 to spend on the medication that the doctor recommended that they take. So what are they going to do? They're going to reach out to somebody who's got CBD oil, spend $70, and hopefully that will help them. I mean, wouldn't you do the same?
Yeah. I mean, if I knew there was something out there I could spend less money on, and I know it could help me, and I don't have health insurance, I'm going straight there.
Right. Right. And like I said, this is not a cure. I'm not stating that, but yeah, when I started seeing numbers like that, and so this Jenna, she's extremely high up in our company, and this is not a pyramid scheme. So one of the cool things about this was it is multi-level marketing, but like, so it stops at a certain point. So let's say I'm an affiliate. I sign you up. You sign your buddy up. He's under you. And then he signs somebody up. It has to stop there. It doesn't keep branching off down below. You don't make money beyond that point unless you're a certain level. But even still, I think at max it stops at 10 people. They will not let you go farther because pyramid schemes are actually illegal now. A lot of people don't know that. You can't have a pyramid scheme. This is multi-level marketing. But for the people out there that don't like multi-level marketing, that's fine because this company will still just let you be a regular salesman. So like right now, I could just sell to people who want the product. I don't have to get people to sign up as an affiliate. I could also wholesale. So right now I'm working with a massive nationwide company to try to get them to buy on wholesale. I'm not going to say the company because I'm not allowed to. But I think if they agree, that would be awesome because now I got a wholesale buyer.
So a boatload of opportunity.
Yeah,
that's what that is.
So like you can do a bunch of different things. It's not one of those companies where they're like, no, it's just multi-level marketing. You have to get somebody to sign up underneath you, and then they have to get somebody to sign up. It's not like that. They're not saying that you just have to do that alone. You can just be a regular salesperson. Somebody could just call you up, say, hey, I'd like to place an order. You send them the link to your website. They place the order, and it's done. That way there's like no pressure, and you don't feel like an asshole because you're trying to get somebody to sign up. I like that type of business mentality. I really do. Not to mention these people, they really set you up for success. I mean, I can't tell you how many social media pages I'm a member of where they're constantly giving you advice on how to grow and better yourself in the business, and the back office that they have set up. Like, you know, it's endless. They've done a great job with the company, so I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty excited to see just how far I can take this.
It's all about what you do with what you're given, not what people tell you. People can tell you a lot of things, a lot of advice, a lot of good, but if you don't do nothing with that advice they give you, it's useless.
Agreed.
You have to use the tools you've been given to make your success in the world, and that's what it is. Because it's a lot of things to do around. It's a lot of things to do. A lot of things to do in the world.
Yeah, and like I said, I didn't want something that was trendy. I was trying to find something that, I mean, because now that it's become legal on a federal level, I mean, it's open, man. We haven't even started yet. There's a lot of people out there that don't even know that hemp can be used to make over 22,000 different products. So this is not just on medicinal things. Like, did you know this? Do you know what the first American flag was made out of?
No.
Hemp. Do you know what the Declaration of Independence was signed on?
What?
Hemp. Do you know what all our forefathers used to smoke? I'll give you a guess. Go ahead.
Hemp.
There it is. There's not a lot of people know that there's a lot of history with this product, and it can be used for. I mean, there's 22,000 different applications for it. I mean, what was I just telling you about the Porsche company? Hold on, let me see if I can find this. This was actually on one of my mentors' pages. Here it is. Porsche releases first race car made of hemp. It's called the 718 Cayman GT4, and this thing looks badass. Would you look at that really quick? Look at that. I mean, that's a bad car. Porsche made that. Not to mention, I think it was either Coke or Pepsi. One of them said that they're looking into the future of cannabis for the interest of their soft drink. I think it was something like that. If you look it up, you'll find it. It's Coke or Pepsi, one of the two. They're keeping their eye on the cannabis industry because they know that there's money to be made in it. See, when you start getting Coke or Pepsi or Porsche, like, these are big companies, man. These aren't little Joe Schmo on the corner with his little cart stand selling tacos. These are big companies, man, and they're interested in it. Come on, that's got to tell you something.
Like I said, but that's at the point where you got to watch out, because when everybody gets in on the deal, that's when things start to get messed up. That's where it starts to get oversaturated. It's still going to be the people that's doing right by it and advancing it, But there's also gonna be the people that's gonna come in now and want that quick dollar, want the quick buck out of it.
So as far as the cannabis world is concerned, I'd say we're about 1% tapped into it. That's it. It has not even touched what I think it could blow up to in the future. Now I'm telling you, you got about 4 or 5 years before it really starts getting out there into the world, and it starts to get, I don't want to use the word saturated, but there's going to be a lot of hands in the pot, if you know what I mean, because a lot of people want that green, and I'm not just talking about money. Like, they want the green, man. They want it. There's going to be a lot of hands in that pot, so that's why I put my hand in first. That's why I'm in right now.
Quick little business tip for any entrepreneurs out there. Get ahead so you don't get left behind.
Agreed.
Because if you try to step in when people are already in the game, it's going to get harder for you to blow up.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So I did a lot of research. That's why I got into this company. And so far, so good, man. They weren't lying. These people are, these are the people, you know how these things always start? And you're like, man, I wish I was the guy at the top. I wish I was the guy that knew about it first. Yeah. I'm the guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
My mentor is the guy. Like, we're here, like, and like I said, I'm not trying to sell anybody. Like, I don't care if they don't sign up or if they don't buy anything. I can give two shits about them, because like, that's not my goal here. I'm just talking about like what my goal is. But yeah, I mean, everybody's always going, man, I wish I knew. Man, now you know.
Now you know, and now it's your time to decide what you're going to do with this information. Are you going to take advantage of it and make yourself a business out of it? Or you're going to do something else? Choose wisely.
Yeah. Go sign up for another company. Be my competitor. I don't care, but get your foot in. Do something. If you're trying to make money, go for it.
Or create your own company.
That's be tough, but
everybody has a platform nowadays. You can do it.
I agree with that.
It's not as hard as you think, but it's hard to build it up.
True.
As they say, it's not hard to get up in the game. It's hard to stay in the game.
I agree with that.
So, you got anything else you want to talk about?
I mean, trying to think about what's going on in the world. I mean, anything crazy happen?
Well, in the world nowadays, a lot of crazy things happen. You just gotta choose which one you want to care or not care about.
I was into politics for a while. I mean, obviously, when
I choose to step out of that arena.
I was into it for a while when the whole switch happened. Obama out, Trump in. Oh man, those are terrible words, man. Those are fighting words. But yeah, I watched it a lot. I was into it. To be honest with you, I don't really care one way or the other. And I know that sounds terrible. Because I remember listening to one of your podcasts where you like go out there and vote, because it does make a difference. I did listen to that podcast, and it resonated with me. But
I kind of have a rebuttal to that, even though I said it. But I was thinking and just watching, just looking at the world. It's like, how much of a difference does voting make? I'm just really thinking about, besides in-state voting anyway, the election voting, does that really matter? Does it really?
Because, are you talking about Senate and presidential?
No, like I said, whatever you have going on in your state, vote, do that, because that affects you directly. But whatever these people got going on in the White House,
right?
That's out of your control, to be honest with you. That's out of our control.
Yes and no. It's hard for me to explain. federally, yes, stuff can affect you. So take, for instance, I think there's a government shutdown right now.
Well, I wasn't saying nothing can affect us at all, but
No. I do get what you're saying, but like,
Okay.
so we're just taking this for instance that like there's a government shutdown right now. I'm not gonna point fingers. I'm not gonna say whose fault it is because, like I said, I don't really have a dog in the fight. But there is a government shutdown right now. So right now, I don't think any of the military gets paid during a government shutdown. None of the national park employees, so like all the people at the wildlife parks, they don't get paid. Right now, the IRS isn't getting paid, which I don't know that I don't like that, because right now that means I don't have to pay taxes. So if the IRS ain't getting paid and they're not going to work, then I don't got to pay taxes. So, and who likes taxes, right? I know we need them, but like, who likes them? You know what I mean?
yeah.
So right now, no IRS employees getting paid. Nobody on a federal level basically is getting paid, except for vital. I mean, obviously, the U.S. military never stops because they got to be on alert 24/7. But they're not getting paid, which sucks. But so yeah, it does affect a little bit of what's going on, especially economy-wise. When you think about how many people are in the military or affiliated with the federal government, they're not getting paychecks, which means they aren't spending money, which means that nothing's coming out to the economy. It could affect it, especially North Carolina. Think about how many military bases we have here.
Yeah, you got a point. But it's just, I just look at it as we can only do so much and only care about so much. That goes on in the world. And this may not be the best thing to say. I choose not to care about politics. I choose not to turn on the news every day, because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep seeing the same stuff. I already know who that man was before he got in office, and after he got in office, he's the same person. That didn't surprise me at all. It surprised a bunch of other people. It didn't surprise me at all.
I feel like the news keeps trying to surprise you. They're like, oh, guess what he did? It's like, well, no shit. I kind of expected him to do that. Like, you didn't really surprise me. Like, I know he's a fucking retard. Like,
right.
Oh, guess what he did now?
Yeah.
Okay. He did kind of the same thing last week. You got anything new for me?
Yeah, he put up a new tweet. Oh, woohoo. Like,
right.
Man, I don't care.
Give me something new.
Yeah.
That's why I'll tell you this, though. The local news, I can't stand watching that shit. How many times do you turn that on and they're like, so-and-so got shot. This little kid got kidnapped.
You know,
this person died in a car accident.
You know what's funny? You know, you asked me earlier why, what I do for New Year's. I said nothing because my mom asked me what I was going to do to New Year's Eve. I was like, she's like, you going downtown? I was like, no. People always get shot.
Yeah.
Literally the next
That's
morning.
Not funny. I don't know why I'm laughing. Go ahead.
The next morning, she told me somebody got shot.
The little girl.
That little girl, that 21-year-old girl. And I read the story, and they made it seem like a bullet just magically came out the sky and hit her in the chest.
No, somebody was popping shots off, like
a
couple blocks away or something. Was that what happened?
But they say the bullet came out the air and just hit her in the chest. I was just like, but saying that to say this, that's why I don't like going downtown. Somebody always gets shot or gets stabbed. I'm cool. I'm gonna stay at home.
You know, one of my favorite places to go now. So like, I love downtown Raleigh. That's a cool spot. But one of my favorite places to go is Durham. Durham's on the up and up, man. That's a cool spot to be. There's a lot of bars down there now. Around the Durham Bulls Stadium, you know, you go see a ball game and you go hit up the restaurants afterwards, go to the bars, you know. But I saw, and I don't know why I turned on the damn news. I don't know why I did it. But I turned the news on, and there it is, Durham Police Department cautioning all people to stay inside New Year's Eve and telling people not to fire their guns in the air. Now, first of all, we're in America. This is the Wild West, Jack. If you don't think people in Durham got guns, then you're not thinking right. Lo and behold, pop, 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 all night long out in Durham. I would never go there New Year's Eve. And now that I hear about what's going on in Raleigh, geez, Why do people do that? That's so stupid.
No, nobody's safe anywhere. They're either doing it to be seen, make a statement, or they just doing it because it's fun to them. You never know.
Do you think this would ever be successful if there was a news station that came out with just positive news?
No, nobody likes positivity all day.
Come on.
All day. I said all day.
What?
Think about it. If you put up a post right now and you have 59 positive likes and comments, you have one dislike and one nasty comment, what are your eyes and attention drawn to the most? That one dislike and that one nasty comment. Because why? Naturally, us humans are drawn to negativity more than positivity. That is true. But certain people make the choice of engaging or not engaging into that negativity because that's who they are.
See, that's me. And you already know that, though. Like, I try to, like I told you before, like, I'm the dreamer. I'm the positive guy. I tend to, like, go into Fantasyland all the time. And, like, I choose not to turn on the damn local news because I know they're going to be like, so-and-so got shot, so-and-so got kidnapped, all this stuff. Like, I'd rather turn it to the Food Network and watch somebody make an apple pie and make believe that I'm there and everything's great.
You'd rather watch Chef Ramsay?
Hell yeah. Gordon Ramsay's crazy though, man. That guy's nuts. But yeah, I mean, for me, like, I'd rather look at the thing that's positive. That's just me personally, but I get what you're saying. Yeah,
exactly.
there's a lot of There's a lot of people out there that aren't like me though. Exactly. They want to see that shit. They want to see what's going on. Plus, I think it's almost like they feel informed. Like, okay, I just heard about this shooting in this neighborhood. I'm going to try to stay away from there.
You would think, but a lot of people just like looking at ratchet bullshit. That's just the end. It's really just that simple.
Yeah.
Some people just look like looking at bullshit.
Yeah.
It's really not that hard. People try to overcomplicate, like, oh, they love negativity. Some people
do.
Yeah, well, that too, but they may be trying to find a deeper reason. Oh, they had a terrible past. Some people really just might get enjoyment off watching some bullshit, and that's perfectly fine for them.
That's true. Everybody gets one bullshit show. That was always my mom's rule growing up, because I remember when I was a kid. Did you ever hear the show Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Yes.
That's an old ass show, but it was stupid. Like, there was you don't learn anything from it. There was nothing important about the show. And I asked my mom one day, I was like, why do you watch this show? And she said, you know what? She said, everybody gets one stupid show. You can have one dumb show you get to watch. So whether people are watching Keeping Up with the Kardashians, I'm sure that's like the new Buffy. But those women ain't smart. You're not learning anything from them.
Well, I'm not saying they're not smart. They may not be the best role models, but somebody in their family is smart. Because you don't get rich by being stupid. I don't believe it.
In America? Absolutely.
No.
Absolutely.
Well, let me rephrase that. They're so good that they're starting to obtain wealth in their family. They're not just getting rich. They're obtaining wealth. Stupid people do not get wealthy. They're getting wealthy over there.
They're getting wealthy because of stupid people.
But everybody who buys their product isn't stupid.
Stupid is as stupid does.
For the people, but there's still people who are not stupid who are going to buy their product. Their product might actually have a real use to them.
You think somebody at Harvard or Princeton is going to download the Keeping Up with Kardashians app?
That's not their audience.
Phone. That's what I'm saying. Their audience is all the stupid people.
But to get where they're going, you don't just get there by only having just your audience buy your product. The people who hate you tune in as much as the people that love you.
That's bullshit.
Or even more.
I can't stand them, and I've never turned on their show once.
I keep saying this.
No. See, I disagree with that, though. I think if somebody's like, do you like them personally? Do you?
Personally, I don't care about them.
You don't care, so you don't have a dog in the fight.
No.
Somebody out there who does not like something is not going to intentionally tune in.
You sure about that?
Yeah, like, come on. Like,
you'll be surprised.
I think somebody might look once and they'll be like, oh, okay, she showed her boobs again. All right, that's what her butt looks like. Okay, it's the same. It's exactly what I thought it was. I'm not going to watch this anymore.
Oh, you don't read comment sections much, do you?
What do you mean?
You don't go on YouTube or Instagram. You don't read their comment sections.
It's just all haters.
You'll be surprised. It's not. I don't go on their page, of course, but other people's page who I follow and such, that in their comment sections, the same people will come back and say the same stuff about them just to hate. Those people. That's why I'm saying that, because they exist. Thing is, social media has everybody in the world on it.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people just have nothing better to do than to hate, and they're gonna keep going on and keep hating on everything you do because they have nothing else to do, and they despise you that much.
Yeah, so I randomly, like, I went onto YouTube right now, and I just typed in "Keeping Up with Kardashians," and I clicked the first video, and I'm looking through all the comments, and it's insane how many people will actually genuinely care. Like, I don't understand this. I don't understand.
Look, I'll tell you, some people have nothing better to do, bro.
Literally, this person just wrote, "This family is so annoying at times, but I still watch, LOL."
Told you.
Like, why would you watch it, though? I don't understand that.
Fantasy land. They want to live through them, even though they can't be them. You'll be surprised at the people who really like something, but they pretend they don't like it.
Literally, this person wrote, "Seems like it's going to be a boring episode, but I'll still watch anyway."
Boom.
How are you so bored with your life that you're going to watch something that seems boring?
Some people have nothing better to do or to live for sometimes.
Man, this is a whole new world for me. I've never seen all this. This is, I thought, like, if people don't like something, then they're just not going to watch it. Like, it's just, why would you waste your time?
Buddy, nope. That's the whole, they tuned in just like the rest of us.
Yes, these people are idiots. I don't know. That's just me personally, but I mean, hey, look, if Keeping Up Kardashians is your thing, you go for it. You watch it all you want, but for me, no way.
Like I said, you ever heard of the sometimes the best flattery is like hate or disrespect? That's not the exact phrase I was looking for, but
yeah, I kind of know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Because some people really don't know how to talk to you, so they just talk smack about you till they get a response.
Yeah, I guess that's when you. There was a saying, I can't remember how it goes, but yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you know, you've made it when you start getting hated. When you've got haters.
When you get haters, yes.
Yeah. When you got haters. You
I think I know what you're looking for.
Something like that. How's that go?
When everybody likes you, you're doing something wrong.
Right. Right. That's it. I don't know, man.
That's just the way it is.
As far as the Kardashians are concerned, I'm not even slightly interested. I'm about as interested in them as I am the nightly news. It means absolutely nothing to me. But I bet there's some people out there going, why would you watch Zion Williamson play basketball? Like, he's just bouncing a leather ball up and down a court and he's putting in a hoop, and that's all that it is. Like, how is this entertainment to you? There's no drama, and they get drama with the Kardashians. So they're probably looking at me going, well, you're wasting your damn time. So, yeah, I guess I get what you're saying. It's all, I mean, everybody's got their own thing, right?
Yeah. It's perspective.
Yeah.
Perspective.
Yeah, absolutely. Did you do anything New Year's? So you just stayed at home?
I was chilling at the house, man.
Did you do anything for Christmas?
I was family in town. Chilling with a little bit of the family, yeah.
Yeah. We had all our family in town. We went downtown Raleigh, saw the lights, and we didn't really. Next year, we're probably going to go up to Scranton, Pennsylvania. That's where all my family is. But, yeah, man, that's all I got, dude.
Yeah. Actually, you know what I did New Year's? I put out an EP on New Year's. Put out a music project on New Year's.
You did what? Say that again?
I put out an EP, a short little music project. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. It's called the End of 2018 EP. Go look at Retro Dre on SoundCloud and YouTube.
All right.
So
How long did it take you to work on that?
it actually took only a few days, surprisingly. Only a few days.
I'm going to have to check that out. I got YouTube up right now.
Yeah.
Leave it in the search. Man, I hope we can do this again sometime.
Like I said, man, maybe. Well, probably are, but all hopes for the future.
Yeah. Look forward to meeting the other guys sometime soon, though.
Oh, yeah.
Whether we do it or not, they sound like cool guys.
Yeah,
Be pretty dope.
definitely. Yeah.
You got anything else?
Nah, that's it, man. Where can the people find you at, sir?
They can do Vince M. Schmidt at gmail.com. If you got questions, you can shoot them my way. You can visit my business page. It's hempworkz.com. hempworkz.com/V as in Vinny and then Schmidt. hempworkz.com/V Schmidt. I am on social media. All right, you know what? I'm on Facebook. I'm gonna make it public to everybody. You can find me as Vinny Schmidt. Vinny Schmidt. And Twitter is also Vinny Schmidt as well. VINNYSCHMIDT. I might as well go public now, right?
Also on Instagram, right?
Yeah, I am on Instagram. Actually, it's funny. I don't really pay attention to that too much, so I don't even know what my name is on there. And I'm on Snapchat, and I don't even know what my name is on that. I think it's when you have something for so long, like when you memorize somebody's phone number, but then you don't add it in the phone book, and then after a little while you just forget because you just call it in the phone book. You haven't memorized it, right?
It's actually the opposite now. People use contacts so much nobody knows phone numbers.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. Like, you don't remember the phone number anymore. You just go to contacts. Like, so I just log on all the time. I've never actually looked. So yeah, it's just Vinny Schmidt. VINNYSCHMIDT. Yeah, that's it.
And as always, you can follow us at d.z.n.podcast on Instagram, DZN Podcast on Twitter, and DZN Podcast on Facebook. Thank y'all for listening. Stay tuned. Stay lovely. And happy 2019. Peace.
Thanks, guys.